Tell us about. I'm live now.
my, com-
Okay.
my computer on my Mac has a 750 camera, or 720, and so I went out and bought a nice camera for my
You
OnlyFans
Wow.
know,
feeds, my feed site.
720, 721, whatever
No,
it takes.
no
I'm
OnlyFans
1080
ad.
IPI, man.
No OnlyFans ads on here. I don't allow
Oh,
that.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
Oh, is he
We,
double
Uh,
dipping? Is he
yeah, we
doing
don't.
podcast and OnlyFans at the same
well, I
time?
got this camera. I figured I should do something with it.
Oh,
Uh,
for crying out loud! Keep your
I
keep your socks on.
figured I'd take my clothes
I,
off. I don't
I
know.
have great
I
feet is the
just
problem,
thought
and it's
I
almost like
thought you'd want me
not
to.
cool to not give it to the audience. See the freakage.
Oh, to hold back.
Yeah, and then they could ask me to pick up grapes and stuff, and I'll give my $20. I'll pick up grapes with my feet.
Ah,
$20? That's worth more than that, man. That's a.
Well, on top of they're already in the site, right? So they'll probably spend $50 to just talk to me for a minute.
You're
seventy
assuming all.
dollars for, and
You're
then I
assuming all
saw a
this
friend.
as you look at your feet. You're assuming all of this. Like, hey, they'll probably get $50 for that, and uh,
Yeah,
that's pretty
my
nice.
toenails are in pretty good shape for for a ruffian.
well,
Aren't
I'm
you
not
on
a
your
big
third
follower
toenail,
of.
Mike?
What?
Aren't you on your third toenail?
Third toenail?
Yeah.
What are you
Oh
talking
my
about,
God.
Wes?
Never mind, man. I was just talking about selling my feet pics. What happened? Did you start thinking about your childhood?
Ding.
I sent you a link there, Michael and Horatio. If you want to send that link to somebody,
Thank you.
that that thumbnail. If anybody's interested, that's me and Zach Galifianakis. I'm going to start putting pictures of that I have in my camera roll, just random pictures with famous people.
Why
Okay.
not? Why
Right?
not?
Yeah.
See, wait a
What the
minute.
heck?
Zach's not on
No,
there. That's Horatio and Michael. Well,
no.
couldn't
Douchery,
get him.
douchery's all been uh, approved in show
Douchery.
business.
Yes, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Uh, we
just lean
lost.
into it. Show business, you lean into it, and and then that's how you keep your career going. It's like, oh, the thing
Exa-
you used to make fun of me of, I'm in it. I'm it. I'm really it now. Okay,
you
what'd you
have
send
been.
me? Let me see.
You have been had. I just sent you a link to
Oh,
this live stream. If you want to send it to somebody, we lost Michael though. I
we
don't know
lost
what happened
Mike.
to him. I feel like he might have done something because he was trying to do something at the time that he left. So I think he might have done something to his computer, or he actually said he was moving. So maybe he moved to another room. I don't know.
No.
So I'm here in Chicago, having a good time. Went to sent you some messages last
Oh
night.
yeah, yeah. You went to
Went
the
to the,
Cubs. You saw a good Cubs victory.
saw Cubs
Uh,
victory.
no, I'm curious.
Stayed there
My
way
video's
too
gonna
late.
change.
What are you curious about?
My video. I'm curious what the boy thought. Did he like compared to Dodgers?
He's been to a few Cubs games.
Oh,
He's been
already.
to a
Okay.
lot. Yeah, he's been to a lot. Pretty much every time we come here, he goes. Yeah, he gets swept up in it. He starts cheering for the Cubs. First when we're on the way, he's going boo Cubs. Everybody's gonna hate me. I'm a Dodger fan. I'm like they don't know that if you don't say that, so don't say that. And then
He's right. That's a great lesson to teach a child.
oh,
Uh-huh.
it's bad in San Diego. He's bad. I mean, he'll come in at a restaurant and shit like with his Dodger stuff on. Padres suck. I'm like, I don't know this kid. I don't know who he is.
It can transfer, Jerry. You got to let it happen on its own, though. I let my son be whatever fan he wanted to be. He's from Astoria, so I kind of steered him towards the Mets, and whatever Knicks or Nets or whoever he wanted to root for. But he became completely Boston adjacent, and
Oh,
I'm not a
really?
big sport. Yeah, I'm not a big sports person at all. I'm just into the Celtics. That's about it. But he just glommed on to all the Boston teams. What's a feller to do?
Oh, yeah. My
If I
kid just
tried, it wouldn't have worked.
he doesn't live in Los Angeles, but he was born there, and so for some reason he just those are all his teams. I don't care about any team from
And
Los Angeles.
well, I'm glad. If I were you, I would have like made him want to be a Dodger fan because he's gonna
Why?
have a much better life. He's gonna feel like a winner. If he becomes a Padres fan, he's just gonna be like, "Fuck, we never win. Why'd you do this
It's
to me?"
true. It's true.
Right?
Well, I tried to tell him because they were nice. Like his little league team, the Padres do a lot of stuff for their league. Like they're all every team in their league, their little league are the Padres. They all have different jerseys though. Because teams
Oh,
have so many
okay.
jerseys now that they
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
make a league of all they're all Padres.
Let's
uh,
What's that now?
Padre Blue.
my
Padre Blues is
kids my
first.
kids little league team, all the teams are Padres. They're all different, but they're different jerseys, like from different eras or different because they have so many jerseys now that
Oh, so it's the Padres versus the Padres, and we got to really get out there
yeah,
and stick
it's
it to the Padres
85
now.
Padres versus the City Connect Padres versus the what are they? What am I saying? Oh, Camo Padres, pinstripe, white.
Okay.
Yeah,
So all the freaky uniforms that they've come up with throughout because every year they do a new neighborhood style
yeah,
jersey for you
yeah.
to buy.
The City Connect,
Well,
yeah,
And
which I don't like. But the
speaking
Cubs
The
of
this
Cubs
year,
this year is super popular.
it's really good this year. Detroit's is horrible, horrible.
Detroit's the
Raj, speaking
plain,
of freaky,
Detroit's
can I interject? Can you guys
sure,
hear me?
sorry.
I learned a new word this week, and it's freak off.
Freak
Who told you
off.
about it?
All,
It's freak
all
off.
the well, it didn't sink in. All the newscasters have been saying freak off, and it's
Freak off. Freak off.
freak
Yeah,
off.
freak out.
Am I not saying it right? Is it
And
off?
well, Chicago's freak off, and New York is freak off.
Jerry's in Chicago.
So it's freak off. Yeah.
In
But what happened?
Boston, it's a
So you
freak
found out
off.
about it.
Now you want one? You want to have one?
It's just how that word is now. The word's now sunk into my vocabulary.
I know.
I know there's lots of offs. There's all kinds of offs, and a freak off is one of many offs.
I love it that it's just his term for him fucking being weird, whatever. Now it's all of our terms. Now we're all going to use it. Whatever shit that he
Oh
came
yeah,
up
forever.
with. Yeah. For,
And it's gonna mean different
Forevermore.
things. Like a three-way. It's gonna be a
yeah.
freak off. Like anything off the main page.
And he's going to be
It's gonna
mad.
be
It's
a
an
freak
off.
off.
He's going to be like, no,
Like, listen,
a
man.
freak
You
off
have a certain
is
amount of
specifically
freedom.
when a male prostitute comes and fucks your wife. That's what people don't get it. It's not what it is. I
Then
came
we're
up
going
with
That's
to
right.
limit our freak offs. We're going to limit our freak offs to prostitutes coming and having sex with your wife. Like, oh, we all want to do our own freak thing. This is a freak off.
Listen,
is
if you
not a
guys
freak
really
off.
want to know how to do the freak off, I know it's 2037 and everybody's going wild with this new fad called the freak off, but in reality, what the freak off is, and then the freak off is, and then there's this new thing now where they're calling the little chair in the hotel the tuck chair, um,
What?
and
What?
that's the little chair that's next to the bed. Usually, there's a little
Uh-huh.
desk in front of it.
Uh-huh.
They're calling that
Oh,
the
there's
tuck
usually a
chair
little chair
for
next.
cuckolds.
Okay.
So.
The cuckold
So
chair?
Ginny is just like, this is perfect. I get my cuck chair here. That's usually one of the best made pieces of furniture in the room. And I can have a freak off in here.
If
And I
he's
can get the tape.
if he's smart, and it'd be really crass, but he should do it right now. And he should copyright Freak Off right now.
I mean,
He can't
if he
illegally.
if he hasn't, Jesus Christ.
Well, he hasn't had time. He's been coming up with a
I think you
defense.
can use a computer. No, like, well, in the meantime, we better copyright freak off. Uh,
Should we?
like someone would have been like, "Hey, Diddy, maybe we should." You know what I mean? It'd be probably could be good for business. Like, listen,
Definitely.
You
I
know,
don't want to be in jail for 30 years. You want to
freakoff.com.
hold off that?
But I'm just saying, if you don't, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
So the cuck chair is forever going to be the cuck chair now. And
Maybe
you
you go
said
to
that while a male prostitute makes love and desecrates a woman. That's the Diddy style is just a very belittling experience. Tom.
and now the hotel staff is like, we need a cuck chair up in room 2. It's just gonna be that.
It's for Diddy. The arms have to be. It's Diddy's coming. The arms have to be wider so he can jerk off. Huh? Just do it. Okay, Raphael? Just do it. Yeah,
Every
they'd have to
room.
come in and like rip out the carpets. I mean, the rooms were ruined by all that oil. Like it really was ridiculous amounts of oil. So the rooms had to be, the rugs had to be removed or cleaned professionally, and all the bedding had to be ripped off. And like he probably ruined that, so he'd have to pay a certain amount for all the stuff that he desecrated.
with it's just oil. Oil
Like they're not
really
like
leaves.
this is baby oil and human semen. Let's just toss this fucking shit. Let the
Well,
city
remember
burn it as fast as
remember the
possible.
assistant. He had an assistant that was responsible for clean. He would have to go and clean up before the staff got
Right.
there.
Oh,
So he had to do that, and then they'd
so
have
he
the
did the
hotel staff
first
come in.
round, and then it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, he got rid of
Okay.
like the all the shit, like all the oils and
Probably
the
literal shit.
accoutrement.
Yeah.
Oh, probably. Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh God. And then of course there's the text afterwards of like, I'm in love with you. I'll do whatever you want. It's like, oh boy. I mean that basically threw out the whole case. Whatever case they thought they had. It was like chick's in
Well,
love with him, he's doing whatever he wants.
I don't know why the feds why they charge what they did. I never thought they would get racketeering for that kind of stuff. Only if the jury was really, really after him, and nobody likes him. But everybody's going to be like, "Wait a minute, come on!" Like, he's a
Yeah, the charges seem to be a little off. Like
yeah.
So
It,
what's the
it
real
wasn't what he
crime here?
did. Like, like people want to see him charged with domestic assault or domestic
because the video
abuse.
came out of him beating Cassie's ass in a hotel.
Yeah,
Like
and that's
pretty
what we.
violently, like gross kind of shit. Like you're like, oh my God, that's like totally this guy abusing women.
Yeah, and
So
as
that's
far as
kind
all
of
the
what
other
brought
sex
this
stuff, it seems like that's abuse. But
outrage.
then we started hearing a bunch of stuff like kids and stuff, and obviously none of that stuff was true, right? So,
Well, that's
you
yeah,
know, it got
that's MAGA
crazy,
country. Always trying to make everything Pizzagate.
right? Well, yeah, and it got crazy, but obviously that wasn't what happened, and so we got to the truth of the matter, which was bad enough. But I'm like, why did they charge him with all that crazy stuff when they could have, the state could have charged him with battery, with what he
I
did.
was a
I
little
guess. I
surprised
mean,
about the racketeering stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you're a pimp, I
Wait,
don't
we're
see how
having
that
to go
I got
with
a new
applies.
ash catcher.
Oh,
we're having
nice.
to
Let me
go
see
Sorry,
on
that.
to go with that bong.
with my new ash catcher.
Ash catcher.
I think
Yeah, it matches my bong.
that's what I call my car, the
Uh,
ass catcher.
oh,
Oh, that's a good name
you and
for
your
a pimp.
'95 Corvette. We call it the ass catcher because every time you go out and woo, baby, action. You go to
Break out
Redondo
the ass
Beach and go crazy. Go crazy with
Redondo.
that '95 Corvette.
Redondo. I don't think anybody's on Redondo Beach.
Yeah, man, put the hood down and let's just go down the Redondo. Redondo has those super fleezoid
Oh,
alcoholics only bars.
oh, all
Do you
those
know that?
bars on the south. What do you call it? The South Shore or whatever they call that area. Yeah, those
Is this the Bowery of Los Angeles?
No, it's more like beach bum kind of people, people who've retired on the beach and don't have any money except to drink it all away, and so they just they just
That's a
stay in a bar
special
all
kind
day.
So,
of Bowery.
so it's
Yeah,
set
we
up
have
like a
those on
boardwalk
Cape
outside
Cod.
because you're on the ocean, but it's just horse shit that they're selling. It's like there's nothing you'd ever want. And
Oh, like
but the bars are
driftwood.
so super sleazoid that they're almost perfect. They're just so run down. And
Hmm.
there's a couple places that are good, and it's not just regulars. Because you're at a dive when there's like the regulars are just really fucked up, and uh, yeah, it's like everybody's blowing their life away over there.
Yeah, they're all
You
like they in their mind they're at the Regal Beagle, like
Yeah.
they're
Hmm.
like they're young and single hanging out, but they're all like 60, and they're actually
Yeah.
Mr. Furley.
Who was that swinging friend that Jack had? Was his name Larry?
Larry.
Larry.
Everybody's Larry in their own story.
Larry, everybody's Larry. The hanger on, the dude that
Everybody
couldn't
wanted
get
to be
laid.
Larry.
The dude
Like
that couldn't
Jack
get
gets
laid.
laid, but he has too many problems.
Was he a hanger-on? I thought he was like a guy who got around.
No, he was always like, "What are
Larry
you
was more
doing?"
like going for it. He's trying
Yeah,
for it more than succeeding, but he would succeed on occasion.
yeah. He come in with
I
like,
don't
"Hey,
think
Jack, I got
anyone
two
he wouldn't.
girls. Let's go out
Right.
with them or
Mhm.
whatever." But he was always
They
like,
want to go to Redondo.
you got to take advantage of this place, the situation that you're living in. You don't do shit about it. You're in here and you just like, you got to pretend that you're gay."
Uh, was was that his job being the male voice to tell Jack to move in on one of the girls he was living with?
He was just Jack's horny friend.
Right. That's what I
Yeah,
thought. That's why everybody in the bar is a Larry.
he was Jack's wingman,
Yeah.
and vice
Right.
versa. And the Regal Beagle, there was always beautiful people there. Great lighting. I mean, if you
Yeah,
like that kind of thing.
that's right.
And lots of
Just so
plants,
many
plenty of voluminous
blondes
plants. So many plants. It was like a jungle.
drinking water here.
Where were they? I guess they were in Los Angeles.
Lana. I
What
forgot
does
about
Joe
that
Ware
character.
have to say?
She said Lana was
Lana.
dishy. Asked Larry. Yeah, Lana was a new character, some hoe that they brought in there. That hoe.
Oh,
She was
brother.
a hooah.
Wait, in what?
On Three's Company. You don't remember Lana? Lana was the one
Of
that
course, I hated Lana. She was a stalker.
yeah, she
I
was
hate. I,
stalking.
I mean, I was like, I'm like,
She was
she's
at.
hot, but she's nuts, man. Leave
She,
Jack alone.
yeah, she's stalking Jack, and but Furley loved her. Furley be like Lana.
Yeah, Furley
Oh,
was.
this is the Furley years. Okay, because Norman Fell wouldn't put up with that stuff.
No,
Um, Norman
No,
Fell went
Mr.
on to do that other show that stiffed.
Roper's not having it.
she was a skank. She was a hooah.
Yeah, she was a skank for
She
sure.
was. She was. I think she was a. That was her job. I think she was a call girl, an escort. she,
Oh, that was her job.
no, I'm just
No,
kidding.
I don't think she was. I don't
No,
think it was
maybe it
that.
was
they
God
understood.
knows.
didn't get that deep on Three's
Not that
Company.
she's trying to fuck me. She probably has all sorts of fucking diseases. With Here Come AIDS is coming around, and this I'm gonna be with this chick. I mean, I'm about to call the police.
Well, I got to make a
Lana.
living. I just want to go out with you. It's a decent living. Classy guys.
Get the
Classy
fuck
guys
out of
call
my
me.
Get out of my house. I don't want to have sex with you or be in a relationship with you. What don't you get about
I'm
this?
gonna kill
You're
you.
20 years older than me for one. Your fucking pussy's probably polluted. To quote
To quote the great Al
To quote Larry.
Al Pacino in Scarface.
To quote Larry.
Was
Don't
that
have a
Scarface?
baby. Your pussy probably polluted. Uh, polluted. And that's why I need you
I
to
like
get
that
out of my
Pacino
house.
I like when he just plows through a sentence with no stopping. Like in Glengarry, he's like, "Fuck you, you child, you fucking," and he just no periods, no pauses. Fuck
Oh
you,
yeah.
you fucking child.
Yeah, someone posted a picture of him trying to do a Cockney accent, and it's the craziest thing you've ever seen. Just
Who trying to do a
I'm
Cockney
not
accent?
Al Pacino's doing a Cockney accent. I forget what movie it is, but
Uh,
he's still doing his like Italian shit. Maybe he thought it was brilliant to try to do just shit can a Cockney accent and then
no.
just throw in his old movie. You know, this is new. This is a combination. New Shakespeare, but then
Put it
my
all
old
together.
Italian moves.
What you do is you mix it up, put it together. Don't separate it. It's inside of you.
Two different
Yeah, you're
times
getting
can
Dick
exist
Tracy there.
at once. Three different styles. Four. They could all exist inside. And that what comes out there is a baby. There's a baby made by a lot of you know what.
And the baby's name is Richard III. He's so intense. He takes his work so seriously. You
So
know.
Joanne was
Uh,
saying she was talking about anybody bag Janet. I feel bad because I just realized that whole cast is not with us anymore.
um, is that right?
Yeah, so
Everybody?
Janet,
Suzanne Summers died in 2023.
she
Um,
did.
Rest in peace.
she did, yeah.
Oh, that's a drag.
Um, he died in what 19, and Joyce DeWitt is still alive. Sorry,
Oh
good for
man.
her.
Oh, Ritter died very suddenly,
Yeah,
way
he
too
died
young.
on
No, he was
while
just
he's working.
making a comeback. He had just shaken the dust of, stuff like Three's Company off of his boots, and he was so good in that Billy Bob Thornton movie. What was that, Sling Blade?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yep, and he was just coming back around the corner when he
I
passed
know, that
away. At
was
least
really cool.
he had that comeback. He kind of Roy Orbisoned out. When you make he came back with the Wilburys, and then he died right as soon as the album was released. Bingo.
Um,
I met him. We were doing this is gonna be actually a story that's it can go very long, but I'll shorten it. It's just that he was doing stage direction. We were doing a reading of the Three Stooges movie uh, with me as Curly, Chris
Chris
Kattan
Kattan
as
was
I
Mo, and
read
then
for Mo on
I
that.
think Stewart,
French Stewart.
and then I think
Was it
French
French
Stewart,
Stewart
maybe.
was Larry?
I don't know. Anyway, it was a one-time only table read. And he read the stage directions. And I'm like, that's fucking. He's just like, I want to be involved in cool shit. Like, let me just go read. I'll read, or maybe he was producing on it, which I doubt. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool and humble
And what
to
ended
do
up
that.
happening with that? That ended up actually happening, right?
Yeah,
Will
I mean,
Sasso?
yeah,
yeah, yeah, Will Sasso and
right. He was. It was nothing special. It wasn't.
You
It
can't
wasn't
it wouldn't
entertaining
have been
like Dumb and
special with us
Dumber.
either.
you can't repeat
No, I
that.
think
You can't
I
repeat
mean,
it. Come
he.
on, you can try to write
no,
that. Come on.
I've
no.
tried to. I've been
That,
thinking about it. I've been thinking about like how can you trans. I've been thinking about how can you translate the Stooges to modern times and how can the violence be acceptable. I guess that's
I
really a big
mean,
hump to get
when you look at stuff like Jackass, I guess that's the biggest comparison I can make to something that's modern day. Um, I don't know. Maybe you could. Kids like to whack each other like a lot.
Yeah, they still do, but that's I don't know. Maybe because now it's Freedom Rock Trump 2025. Maybe we can do
Right?
whatever the fuck we want now. Just be okay
Just
with violence in cartoons.
just call it anti-woke. Just get beating the shit out
Yeah.
of each other.
No more wokeness in cartoons. If they want to fucking hit each other in the balls with sledgehammers, let them do it.
I was watching a
It's
thing on the Stooges.
funny.
It was made by Moe's kid, and I guess they were the second, third, and fourth banana to this guy. What was his name? Ted Heaney or something like that.
Ted Healy.
Ted Healy.
Yeah, he was their
Healy.
manager.
He was their
Right,
manager
he like
slash
owned
Colonel
that. He
Tom Parker, I
basically
guess.
owned them,
Yeah.
and that was the whole act. They went off on their own, and he was so furious and pissed about the whole thing that he kept suing the shit out of them. And
He
Shemp
came
was
up with the
literally
Stooges.
terrified.
God damn it! Why am I on his side, dog?
Like his character Shemp was like he was too scared, so
He
they
named
all
them the Stooges. I mean, what else do you need? Like,
What do you
make
want?
it happen.
his Stooges. Um, but of course Mo was the one. So then Mo had to take over that role when they went on their own.
He was like their
Understand.
manager. Well,
Oh,
yeah.
so yeah, so Healy was just slapping him around all day for 2 hours,
Yeah, I'd give him the
and
triple slap and off
like,
stage, right? On and
we don't
off.
need that one guy who's not funny hitting us. We can hit each other, you know. Oh shit, that's right. Fuck this guy.
He wasn't funny. That was his problem. That's why he was so scared. He was terrified because he
Maybe he
knew he
was,
wasn't
yeah,
that
maybe he was
talented.
corny. Maybe he's like a corny comic, and they're like, dude, this guy doesn't have it. He's not doing it. We're doing modern slapstick, and this guy, boy, oh boy, he's doing like some, some vaudeville. Just doesn't play. So who knows what it was, but
Well, was he originally the
everybody
man?
got fucked.
Wasn't he the brains behind the whole thing at first, and then they were like, "We want to
I
be
don't
by
know if it was
ourselves."
like, I don't know if the Stooges already had something going on. Uh,
No, they trickled.
you know, and I don't know if because I know that Champ was all in it, in vaudeville too.
But then he
Kind of
had to
before
leave. He got
everybody.
too freaked out by the whole thing, and Shemp went out on his own. Remember seeing him in W.C. Fields movies? I think he's in it. It's a Gift, or one of those big
Yeah, yeah, he did a
Fields.
few movies. He has a
And
great
what brought
face.
him back was when Curly had his stroke and got sick. He had to come back to save his brothers. The way the Marx Brothers stuck together. Like when
So,
Chico got deep into debt, the other brothers went and made some bad movies to bail him out.
so it says he did
Or
create
gambling.
them, and then they got into a dispute over a movie contract, and he left, and then they got famous. But he went on. He had his own career. He got beat to death. That's
No,
how he died.
What?
wow, karma. He got beat to death after he doled out all those beatings.
Yeah, he got beat to death in Hollywood. I guess it was
Wow.
like, I don't
Like in
know.
a
Wow.
like in a bar fight or a mugging gone bad.
Let's check it out. It sounds like it was some kind of fight.
He probably ripped somebody off
Yeah, it was a
and hit
fight
him. He's like, I'm not gonna pay you, bitch.
in West Hollywood. He was beaten by Wallace Beery.
Oh, that guy's famous.
I don't think it's Barry. It's Beery, Beery. He's probably
Very
got a
nice
plaque.
to meet
He's
you.
probably got a plaque out in the Walk of Fame for
Where he beat
beating
the
him to
man to
death.
death.
Yep.
This is where he beat him to
We all
death.
knew, we all knew Healy was a prick. He was a great
What was
comic,
the
and he came up
dispute
with a lot of
over?
good things.
Probably
Okay,
over a baby
so
Ruth.
yeah, they got into a fight. It says MGM covered up Wally's Beery's role in his death, asserting
Of
that
course.
Healy was down on his luck, all but bankrupt and drinking heavily. He'd married a much younger woman. Healy went out to celebrate, drinking alone in a series of bars, ended up in Cafe Trocadero, where he got into a fight with Broccoli, DiCiccio, and Beery that proved to be fatal. After words were exchanged at the bar, Beery punched Healy in the head in the presence of other patrons and was challenged to step outside, where Beery said he'd beat the three of them one man at a time. but Broccoli had snuck outside. When Healy walked through the door, he jumped.
He jumped
So he
what?
so he said he was gonna. So one of the dudes punched Ted Healy. He said, "Come outside. I'll beat all three of you up." One of the three had snuck outside. So when he went outside, he hit him when he when he walked out the door.
Oh, wait, who were these two guys? I missed it. I was looking up.
Some dude named Broccoli and DeChico, two friends of Wallace Beery.
Was Wallace Beery
He was an actor too.
connected
It
to the
seems like
underground? Into the underworld?
he was an actor. Um,
But you know what?
no, it was
There
just one
wasn't
of those things where MGM kind of covered it all up. It seems like Wallace Beery was a burly
Hollywood
character
was big
actor.
on covering stuff up back then. They
But
covered up all kinds of shit and all kinds of
they
smoke
left him
screens and
unconscious,
lies.
sprawled in a
Okay,
pool of blood. They left him unconscious, sprawled in a pool of blood, and returned to the bar loudly toasting their victory.
Whoa.
Well, he was,
he died the next day.
yeah, he died the next day. Very apparent head wounds.
That's rough.
Man, what the
You know,
fuck did
maybe
they
if he got
do?
treated right away, they could have saved him.
They
But
must have been like, they must have been smashing his head into the concrete.
Oh, and then they tried to say he died because he was drunk.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
I
crazy.
mean, it is crazy. It's crazy that that stuff comes out. Like, the guy from Gone with the Wind. Uh, he, he
Who's that?
he reportedly killed somebody.
you mean
Um,
what's his name? Scarlet? I don't give a
yeah, that
damn.
guy.
Oh,
Rex.
Yeah,
really? Well, like in a car accident?
yeah, like a drunk driving, like
Oh,
going down Santa Monica, and he murdered
yeah.
somebody. Like he ran someone over, and then they got cleared up
Well, Matthew
by the
Broderick.
studio.
Remember Matthew Broderick?
Did he
Hmm.
run someone down?
Yeah, in Ireland.
He wasn't
Oh,
drunk though. He was just like he just didn't understand. He
Oh,
forgot
we
about
don't
the
know
word.
that. We don't know that.
But we don't know that.
No,
I
I
gotta
guess he
reload
was.
you guys. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
All right, reload.
Yeah, I just I'm just hearing a story. I guess I can't really repeat it all, but um, guy I know just recently met was a college basketball player, and it was a fight. One of his teammates got into a fight with some dude. He was dating a girl, and the girl's boyfriend came home, and the college athlete started fighting with the dude, and he went and got his friends. It was like, hey, this dude's like whatever. So his friends came over, and one of his friends was the first person that got shot. He's like walked up to the door, and the boyfriend just shot him, and he lived, but he was a basketball player, and they just covered it all up.
The guy who shot was a basketball player.
The guy who got shot was a basketball player, yeah. The guy who shot him, went to jail for something else, but the team just didn't want any publicity about it at all because it was a fight between another basketball player. It was like a big thing, so they just
Yeah.
covered it up. And he said he quit. He quit. Like, it just fucked him up. From then on,
That'll
he
make you
fucked
retire.
his whole career up. Yeah.
Paul Pierce got stabbed 6 times when he came in the league from just some club fight.
Jim Jones, yeah. Which I don't know how Jim Jones is still like this rapper. It was some shit that started with him, and he's still like doing shit. He never.
Why did he stab the truth?
It was a fight. It was a gang thing. He said the wrong thing to somebody.
So it was a vendetta.
Yeah, and it was a kind of gang thing too. If he was
33.
he was in the wrong place, wrong time, kind of thing. Like you don't belong here.
Oh, territory. Wow.
Yeah.
And he stabbed in the liver for that?
I know. I guess he's like saved him as he had his like this thick leather jacket on. That kind of saved him
Whoa.
from getting
Wow.
from it being worse. Yeah.
My claim
Um,
about Clark Gable killing someone is false. Sorry about that, everybody.
he did not kill
Fake
anybody.
news. He didn't kill anybody.
Was he in
It's
a
the
car
rumor I've heard.
crash?
The rumor was that he was drunk driving and he killed somebody, and MGM covered it up.
So I just
You
got
know
the
who?
lowdown on this stupid Billy Goat controversy from Wrigley Field.
Um,
Because the story I had read, and I read this in a book, that the dude tried to get into the field, and they were like, "You can't get in here with a goat," and that's when he cursed them.
very
But
famous
now,
little joint, a little very famous joint like the SNL sketch. Cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
that's
This
right.
guy claims that's from him. Um, so
He
cut
is
to
he's that guy. Yeah, he started the Billy Goat Cafe or
so he
whatever.
tried to take a Billy Goat into Wrigley,
What
right,
year
as
is
a
this?
Okay,
promotion.
in the 40s. It's in 45, but actually, and
Yeah,
this is the story I read, the goat was in there, and it was bothering people, and people were like, "You get it out of here," and that's when they kicked it out, and he was like, "Cubs ain't never gonna win again, and I'm gonna go start a restaurant."
he shouldn't have cursed the Cubs like that.
Anybody can say the Cubs aren't going to win again. It doesn't mean anything.
It did mean
But he was
something.
right,
He was
until
right.
someone broke the curse.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But what? 100 how many years?
108, I think.
108 years? 103?
That
Tragic.
meme comes from the 1940s. Sid Caesar should have done the cheeseburger.
Well, no. What happened was, okay, so that guy was supposedly the guy that started the Billy Goat restaurant,
Right.
which he was Greek, which is the restaurant that they were imitating in that sketch.
But
I
Belushi's
love that
dad owned a
sketch.
bunch of restaurants growing up, so Belushi's dad was always like had a diner or something going.
Yes.
So
It's one of those
he
perfect
picked up
sketches where everything just falls right into place, and when especially they got that working grill out there, that really brings it home.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice work there.
Really,
You got Brother
for me,
Guido in the back as the as the dishwasher and everything.
for me, it was like that's the way I grew up. Like that was like every diner was like that. You know, it was Detroit. Like every diner is a Greek diner. It is like you can't decide what you want. Can
I
you
guess when
take
I
the
was a
cheese
kid,
off
I
of it?
just thought it was New York. I was like, oh, that's just how it is in New York.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Everybody's crazy, everybody's crazy and fast.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought like that's the city. I guess I thought like Detroit is just like New York, and they got those people there too, and
Yeah,
they
We
any
just
do.
give
big
you.
We
city, I
got
guess
Greek
that's
diners
any big
too.
city, you got your Greek presence, and then they're there to capitalize on the restaurant business.
Supposedly,
At least it used
the
to be that way.
reason that they're called Coney dogs or Coney Islands is because Greek the Greek
Bastard.
people the Greek bastards that came the Greek
Bastards.
the
Jelly
Greek immigrants that came here
bastards.
they associated hot dogs with Coney Island, and they started putting the chili on it, but they started calling it that
Is that what a
because
Coney Island is?
yeah.
I watched that movie Paper Moon a lot, and he's always telling her eat your Coney Island. I'm like, is it a sundae? Is it a hot dog? What is it?
It's a hot dog with kind of like chili with just chili on it.
Chili and cheese.
Usually not cheese. It's like a chili with no beans. So they make
Okay, so
it
it's more
different.
Oh,
meat on meat. It's a meat on meat situation.
It is. It's a little bit different than like Pink's. Pink's is like
wait,
this
there's no.
really
Oh
thick
shit.
chili. It's not like that. It's more like a crumbly, like just ground beef that's put on it, on
Oh
top of it.
no.
Seasoned ground beef. What's happening, buddy? What's the matter?
Everybody. There.
We can still hear you, so you're fine if that's what you're worried
There,
about.
there, there, there.
Or is he out? Maybe he can't hear us. Can he not see us?
Um, Let's put this. Oh, not Force, but Google Chrome.
So I sent Horatio. He'll be back. I sent. Oh, you're both gone. Well, let's get him out of here. I was gonna talk to them both about these videos that I've been obsessed with. Dan the mink guy. He takes a mink and dogs and goes and hunts rats. And hunts. He like just exterminates rats from different places. I guess it's like better than using, obviously better than using poison and other means and traps. And these minks, I didn't know that they just fuck rats up, man. Hey, man, you know what I was talking about? Remember that video I sent you? The dogs. How did Raisin like that? The dogs attacking rats.
I couldn't watch it, so I didn't even watch. I didn't even show him. I was like, this is disgusting, and
That's what
I
he's
try to
born to
get better
do.
with rodentia. I know, but he would just murder rats or birds or whatever, or he did like a kill with Kiwi. They'd have like a double kill.
Has he caught any
You know,
rats?
Raisin?
Yeah.
No, but I saw him like eating on one that maybe Kiwi killed.
Right.
I'm like, get out of here, little mice. Oh,
They
mice. It
probably
was mice.
a mouse.
Yeah.
Man, they love that. In that video, those dogs love it. Like they were bred for that, and they love it. They're just killing rats all day. It's just like its tails is going.
Going like heaven.
And the
Yeah,
dude,
it's in their brain.
the weird trashy dude is like, oh, they're loving it, man. Look at him, good dog. Dogs are just like,
Like, come on, man.
no, the dogs. They're into it, man. But
Yeah,
he
it's probably
also
like,
he has a mink because sometimes he'll
yeah,
get
me.
he does like a lot of farms, and so he'll put the mink in the rat holes, and the mink fucks those rats up. But he also like it'll fuck everything up. It'll bite the dogs. But the mink's like
The
just
rat hole.
fucking
That's a good line to come in on.
rat hole. I was saying I'm obsessed with these. I sent Raisin some videos of these rat dogs
Oh, okay.
exterminating
Raisin is
rats.
kind
Raisin
of
a
a
rat
rat dog.
dog?
Raisin is a
Yeah,
rat
he's
dog.
part rat dog.
Because he looks like a Raisin does look like he could be an overgrown
His
rat.
snout is
Got
his
that
snout
nice
is long to
got the
snip in there.
snout
Yeah,
and the
yeah. To
big
get in
Smell
there,
the good
man.
stuff. Got to get in there, man.
get in there.
You know,
You see the rats too, because
like
they had like
Diddy,
cameras
like
on
P.
the
Diddy,
right.
man.
They had the cameras right on the rat hole, and the rats will be like, "What the fuck?" Like, it's a dog. There's a dog fucking trying to get at me.
If you were my kid, man, I'd take you to a psychologist right now. I'd be like, my kid's obsessed with like violence and animal ripping each other apart.
I hate rats so much. I'm so satisfied with like, getting rid of those rats finally.
Oh fuck! Remember when you had them in your apartment in New York? I mean, I had them too,
Oh, those mice,
but
man. Oh,
they would fucking crawl. They would scratch on. It was like Edgar Allan Poe.
You
The
got
rat just
that.
scratched my wall in the middle of the night,
they would
trying to
like
get into my house.
get inside. Like I had a bag of Doritos, and I had it
Well,
clamped, and they would like get the clamp.
oh,
I could hear them
oh,
like
they
trying to
ate.
get into the Doritos. Yeah,
Yeah, they
or
ate
try
through
to
the
eat through the
bag.
bag. Yeah, and hear crunch, crunch, crunch. I'm like, God damn it.
You know, I'm not throwing stones and being like, what the fuck? Why'd you leave Doritos out there? But I once left a loaf of bread and it was just covered in newspapers, and the mice had made like a habit trail out of the bread. Uh, and I,
Well, they
I
just ate
lifted the
all through the
fucking paper
loaf.
out. Yeah, they ate through everything, of course, and they had just like perfect like tunnels through the bread. Just like, of course, like why am I leaving a thing of bread on the counter without touching it for 4 days?
I
Like, why are
remember
there
that.
papers
I
over
thought
everything?
that I thought that was an experiment that didn't need to happen. The old leave the bread out and see how long it takes the rats to eat it.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't think they'd have the audacity, or maybe I was just trying to. No, I had nothing to do with trying to tempt them to come out. I was so fucking afraid of them that I was like, I called my
You
friend
wanted to
Andy. I'm like,
redirect it.
Andy,
Was that a
man,
screen to get to redirect them?
what?
So at least you knew where
Well,
they go. What?
well, I knew they were going into my little closet where my luggage and other things, like my little store that had a tiny, like rectangular little thing, and I could
Hmm.
hear them scratching that door of that little closet that was right next to my bed.
Ah,
Yeah.
So,
oh, I hate that. I know, I
and
hate that.
then,
There's
and then
nothing you can
my
do about it.
and
Can.
my
That's one
well,
thing
my
you can do
landlord was
about it.
like, just put these, and she gave me those
You
glue
could
traps. I'm
sweep.
like, I don't want to fucking deal with
Those
fucking
things.
screaming
Glue
mice
traps
and
are
rats
no.
with
Those are
glue traps.
disgusting. They're inhumane. They're disgusting. You're left with this
Inhumane.
living thing
Yeah.
that's now
That's why I
stuffed
like
forever.
the dog's the best thing. Like they're dead in like 2 seconds. Dogs fuck those things up, man. They grab them, that's it. They're done.
I think
Hmm.
I was on that. You remember when the late great Mike, bartender from
Mike Z.
Yep.
Mike Z, he worked on the 23rd Street and like Third Avenue, this bar, and it was an old timey, you know, grungy bar. And yeah, he's taking out the garbage. And he asked me like, "Hey, can you step on that board and kill that mouse?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, man, I can't do that."
He asked you to do it to be the
Yeah, like to
to
help
be
him
the
out. It wasn't
executioner.
like, "Hey, you do it. I want to see how you act." No, it was just like, "Hey, can you do that?" I put that board over the trap. Just
No, man.
I was like,
Oh, like
"Nah,
hey,
man,
get that one.
I can't do that, man."
No, man. No. My aunt did that.
So I
She was
didn't.
like
So I
80
didn't want
years
to.
old. I saw a mouse and she just got up. I was like, oh, it's a mouse. She's like, oh, god damn it. And got up and stomped it.
Oh,
Yeah, old woman.
somebody's gonna do.
Damn
Yeah,
mouse.
that's tough.
Poof.
It's a generational thing.
Yeah.
All old people knew how to kick mice out of their houses.
I was like, god damn.
Yep. My grandmother would do like a back kick. If a rat was on the wall, she'd do a back kick. Everybody plays soccer,
Hmm.
and she would too. And to be honestly, I, my craziest rat story is, I'll make it short and sweet. But we're at Joe's in New York City. Me and Mike. Let's not say the nickname. My dear friend
Uh
Mike,
huh. Yeah.
Michael M. And we're eating pizza after drinking. And at Joe's, they'd taken out the windows, right? The outside, the windows where you'd sit. They took the windows out because it was summer.
Hmm.
Um, so we're enjoying, and there's rats all over the fucking street.
Yeah.
It's crazy midsummer rat parade. And then there was one in the restaurant. One got like jumped in the restaurant, and a cook jumped from behind the counter, took 2 steps and kicked it like he was kicking a fucking penalty shot out the window on the street, dead. Rat was on his back, dead. Like he killed it with one kick. Like
Was
he
everybody
broke
like,
his back or something.
yay?
I
Hooray.
was like, what the fuck?
What?
What
I
the
remember this
fuck?
happening. That's so. That's so learned.
And I was like,
So
this
like,
fucking
well,
kid, this kid was in like this little village or something 3 years ago, and everybody had to like, let's fuck it, let's play soccer with him, and they'll love it, whatever, we'll come back. This Mexican kid was dealing with his own problem with roadies back home, so he probably
I
came
mean,
in and started
no, but that's what you do. I
kicking
mean,
and whipping.
You're not gonna. That's what. If you didn't have time to go set a trap or do all that shit, you just kill it. Like if it's close enough, I mean, that's what people would do.
Yeah, I don't know. I never learned that skill, and there were plenty of rats around.
Me
I
neither.
There's
guess maybe I
always
never
some.
let them get close to me. Maybe I didn't tempt them out. Like, oh yeah, let's corner him and I'll kick the shit out of him. Hey, you
I've had to
fucking
do
out of your
some.
mind?
I've had to do mercy killings. Mercy killings for things I didn't want to kill.
Well, I did. Yeah,
Why do you
like
have to
if it
deal with that
stuck to.
brutality?
I had to kill these tree frogs because my cat would eat off the legs
Oh
of the frogs,
no! Oh
And then I'd
Oh,
go
the
yeah.
cat cap.
downstairs in the morning, and there's these frogs hanging around. They're still alive. They got no legs. What am I
No
supposed to
legs.
do?
No, cats are mean, man. They'll
I'd have to
take off all their
crush them.
legs
I'd
and
have to
play with
do the
them.
mic. I'd have yes. Well, the cats liked the legs. They would eat the legs and leave the rest of the carcass behind.
Frog legs,
So
just delicious.
that was that's morning in South
It must
Florida.
be like it must have a bacony taste. 'Cause why just pick that part? Why isn't it
Chicken. I think they taste
frog
like
belly
chicken.
or
I mean,
frog
come on.
face?
People eat frogs' legs all over the world. Why wouldn't
I
They
know
do.
some people,
OD have
they
wanted
love
one?
them. I wonder what it tastes like. You
It
guys
Yeah,
tastes
but
like
then I'm
chicken.
left holding the bag. I got to kill the frogs then after that. I got to slit
Right.
their little frog throats,
Yes.
metaphorically. They would actually get crushed with a
When you're
giant
working
pile
at
of
a restaurant,
newspapers.
working at a French bistro.
No, I can't. No, all the legs are gone. There's no point to bring them to the French restaurant.
These are the cats would eat the legs off of them.
Oh yeah, I missed that part. Yeah,
That's the important part of the story.
I've had to mercy kill a bird or something, and it's like it's just different. It's different than killing an animal on a
Than
glue
killing
trap.
a
If
person.
something's dying, I could put a board over, by the garbage and get
I
it
just
done
put
with
it.
Crush the
fast.
mouse.
Yeah,
Uh,
whatever it was. Because he would leave me presents like all cats, and plus he was a
That's
wild
wild
sheep
sheep cat.
as
a
well.
guy that he to get rid of hornets nest. He somebody people would were asking him, were writing in and saying, "Hey, try this," and he tried Gorilla Glue, a spray can of Gorilla Glue, and he glued it. He sprayed it on the entrance of the hornet's nest. It was awful. The hornets got all
Oh no.
their wings stuck to each other and shit. And he's like, "Yeah, yeah."
That does
Fucking hornets
happen.
are like, none of them dead. None of them dead though.
What?
They're all just stuck. It's like that's fucking awful, man.
Well, we had a hornet's nest in the railing of our school, right by the art room where we hung out. And we thought we cannot have all these hornets around here. We thought we'll just burn the nest. So
Burn it.
we put in a bunch of rubber cement because I know that's flammable. No, bad
Didn't burn it?
idea.
Oh, well, they'll
Well,
come
it
after
lit
you.
on fire. Let's say it lit on fire, but then one by one, the wasps started coming out. They got the
Yeah,
glue on them, and once they hit the flame, they were going all
they're stuck to
spiraling
you.
down. These flaming wasps. It was a horror show. Horror show. I regretted it. You're a kid. You think we could just burn them in one go, and does not go that way. You got to do your mercy killings right. You got to do them fast, like the guy who punted the rat. You got to get it out the way they
Okay.
do it in Steinbeck. And you can't get out of a John Steinbeck book without a mercy killing. Just like this lifetime. You can't get out of this lifetime without one. Whether it's a mouse, hopefully it's not your best friend like the Lenny situation. But if you're in a Lenny situation, what are you going to do? You got to Steinbeck it.
What does Evan say there, Jerry?
I have a
I
friend
can't
who
read
used to
it.
be
Everything's blurry today.
Yeah, some people say that it's blurry. I'm trying to figure out how to make this not as blurry so people can see it. What if I make it
Oh,
bigger?
that's why I reloaded. I thought it was me.
No, I've been hearing that from other people. Now, is it
It's
blurry or is it
Ecam. I
just
think
like
Ecam.
or is it just hard to read from like behind there?
No,
It's blurry.
Yep,
everything's
I have
blurry.
to get here. I have to get
It
here.
wasn't. It wasn't when we started, but it is
Yeah.
now.
It says I have a friend who used to be an exterminator. She used a pellet gun to shoot rats that ran out. However, she She pellet shot the rat 3 times and it was still moving. Yeah, yeah. Well, I've seen people do that before. They still move. They don't. They
Pellets
die.
don't
They're
really
dead, but
kill.
they're still moving. Yeah,
Yeah,
But a
pellets. That's more
pelican's
for
not
sport,
strong enough,
unless you get
really.
them. Unless you
So
get
it
you're
a
just
is.
giving it like
a
wounds.
Goliath
No,
situation.
no.
So pelican.
A pellet gun is strong enough.
No, no. I was well. Depends, I guess, the gun you have. But
You got to
I
Yes,
had a
get
that's true.
pellet
lucky.
gun.
Sorry, if
I
the
had a
rat
pellet
takes
gun,
a
and we go
body
in the
shot,
backyard of my friend's house, and he'd have rats. So we just throw cheese out by his garage, and they'd come out, and you shoot. You'd shoot
that's so
one.
cliche.
You shoot it, and really, like Evan said, I shot the thing, you know, 3 times, and I was like, "This is a horror show. Like,
You threw
it's not
cheese.
dead,
What
and
did
it's
you
just
do for
sitting
your
there."
research? Watching cartoons.
Of course, all my ideas come from Looney Tunes cartoons.
Mm-hmm. Good
Um,
ones. All the good
Well, if
ones.
it's like one of those regular BBs, that probably won't kill it. But like an airsoft like rifle, pellet gun, the kind they
Well,
have
it
those
depends how many
for
times you
rats
how many
but they
times you
would go
pop
in,
that
but they wouldn't
baby.
stop them. So, I'm sure it's killing them. It's going in there and
at some
damaging
point.
something.
Yeah.
But 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 they're so big and fat that they're like, "Fuck you."
Those rats
Um,
are tough. They're very resilient.
And you can't
Thousands of
shoot
years.
it in the body either. I'm sure that would take forever for it to die if you don't shoot it in the head.
Yeah, so you got to be a
Uh,
crack shot
Yeah.
with your
you got to
pellet
shoot.
gun.
Everybody from Chicago knows you have to have at least the 22 to shoot kill
Your
a
rat
Chicago
properly.
rat,
A
a
Chicago
super
rat.
rat, as they call them. They used to call them super rats. Um, and
Well, see, they're
they
getting
still
all the
do have a
garbage off
rodent
the
problem, as
streets
all big
now.
cities do.
Well, they got new laws in New York City that they got to put those. Remember those mountains of garbage out behind the
Yeah.
restaurants in New York at night? Well, they got to be in barrels now.
Yeah.
This is
No.
bad news for the rats. It
Yep.
means the rats aren't gonna get the garbage anymore, which means we're
They're gonna
gonna have
go.
more rats in the restaurants.
Yep.
Not that I want rats on the streets, but I'd rather have them in the streets than in the, dishes.
I know that's the thought. It's always a big thing, and I used to hear that too. Of like, why do they leave these bags out here? And they're like, well, if they didn't have the bags out here, the rats would be everywhere else. So, and I don't. It's like, but would they all have food? Like, would there be as many rats? I don't know. It got crazy in LA during the pandemic when the restaurants were closed. The rats were insane.
That was it. The rats. You said they ate all your fruit.
Yeah, they ate the fruit on my tree. They got in my they just started eating shit. I had a bunch of condiments that I had taken out of the kitchen, and that's like salt, pepper, and put them in my shed. And they ate through the wall, ate through the cardboard, ate through some wood in my shed, and ate and got those condiments and started eating pepper.
You sure it wasn't Aldous?
Eat dolphins.
Where's Aldous? Is he watching?
They also this is really bad. My the former whoever lived there had a box of old rat poison, and they ate through the box and ate every bit of that rat poison. I mean, it was like a big giant old box of rat.
Wow.
Maybe it wasn't working anymore. Probably not, because they ate all of it.
Yes, yes,
I thought
please.
remember when I thought I had a rat in the house, Mike? I thought I had a rat in the house and ended up like it was like I'd leave food out for my cat that was lost. Long story, but I would leave food out for it to eat. So, and then also for Kiwi to eat because he was scared. Whatever,
Oh
never
yeah.
mind. But I found out Nunez was watching the house while I was in New York, and and he fucking came up and he saw a raccoon sticking out of the pet door. And he's like, "Ah!"
No,
And I'm like, a fucking
that's what it
raccoon? I was
is.
feeding a raccoon every night. I was feeding him dog food, and the raccoon was like, "Fuck yeah!" And and then I had to like just make other arrangements with everything.
They they
You don't want to
love
tangle with
dog
a
food.
raccoon.
No, they're pretty
Yeah,
smart though.
they love
They don't
everything.
tangle with you. They can get away from you.
But if they're
They don't
cornered, they
tangle
might
with
come at
you.
you. One time I was walking
But
home in a snowstorm, and someone had shoveled out a very narrow path, up the hill to get to my house. And I'm walking up the hill, and then the other way is this dog coming. And I realized that's no dog, that's a fucking raccoon. I don't want to pass a 2 foot shovel wide path with a raccoon. Hell
So
no.
what you do?
I fled.
Dive off a cliff?
I turned around and fled back to the train station. What else was I gonna do?
Oh, so you're on a
No,
little like a side a path that goes into nature or
yeah,
something like that?
someone had shoveled the narrowest path during a snowstorm, so it was actually just like a trench. It was just a very, very narrow trench. Me and the raccoon. There's no way I'm not passing that ship in the night.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. You don't want it to freak out and bite you.
Yeah,
I've been
Should have just maybe ran forward and screamed, "Fuck you!"
like death to all
Just
raccoons.
commit.
Scare him
Yeah,
first. Get
commit
him
to
to
being
run the. Get
ferocious.
him before he gets me. Yeah, maybe.
this
He
is
bit
probably
my nut.
blurry. You probably can't see that, but I
He
was
bit my
in,
nut.
Looks
and
like
every time I go to Michigan
looks like a
now,
shed.
this is at Greenfield Village in Detroit. But every time I go to
We're
Michigan,
zooming in.
I
Is this a putting
I s-
green that you've installed in the side of the house?
I can't see it really. That's a beaver.
Oh, I see that. What is that?
It's a
Okay.
beaver. I saw three
Oh,
beavers when I was in Michigan my last trip.
wow.
I grew up in Michigan. I'd never seen a fucking beaver in my life growing up. 20, 30 years growing up, never seen a beaver. I've seen, every time I go to Michigan now, I see beavers.
Well, there must be woods around there, right? And
Yeah, there's a lot of woods. Remember my parents live. I mean, there's like deer and rabbits every day.
they might be
They've
starving
probably
'cause
been
the
driven
water's
into a
low.
very small habitat at this point, so they have
Yeah,
to spend a lot of time
same.
in
That's the same thing I'm saying,
uplands.
Michael.
Well, actually, no. In the Flint area, and actually this area, it's because of the de-urbanization. Like people are leaving, so there's more animals now. Like where I saw them, yeah, you're just starting to see animals that you didn't see anymore because there's not as many people around. So there's more
It's like
foxes.
Chernobyl.
I don't know.
The
Like I was
short
like, I'm
song
like
Chernobyl.
foxes and stuff. Like I never saw those, but they're like turkeys. We have wild turkeys. They're all around Michigan now.
That is spooky when you go back to your hometown. I get that in Lake Worth when I start seeing things happening in nature that were not there. There's the horrible, horrible things that make the headlines and nobody does anything about. But then there's the little things like where'd all these giant iguanas come from? Never, ever, ever in my years in
Iguanas. Are
South
you
Florida
serious? Oh,
seen
yeah, yeah.
massive iguanas running around on the golf course or just in the streets. You'd see an iguana once in a while, but not big prehistoric looking things like that. Not in our neighborhood.
That
I
is
got
a
an
shit.
iguana right here.
Iguana, I want you to be done with this story. We got
Hey,
Shecky
iguana,
singing
get out of here!
yesterday.
I've already tired. I got the point already.
Get it, we get it
You wanna
already.
move on? You wanna move on? Anyway, you listen to the Three Stooges podcast. We've been talking about a lot of different things,
This is, we got
mostly the
off a little
murder of
tangent.
McNeely.
Yeah.
So this reminds me, I bought Zoom Workplace. I just splurged and I was like, I'm gonna buy Zoom Workplace. Um,
Right.
and
It's
it
good.
has the transcripts of everything it hears,
Uh
and
huh.
then it makes it
Yeah.
normal for work.
Uh-huh.
So it takes out the extreme craziness and just like then you started talking about, you know, uh,
Oh, okay.
ladies of the
Yeah.
night, and then it'll leave it. It's like,
Yeah.
all right.
Uh-huh.
Then Nunez brought up the idea of, and there's just all this crazy shit that AI fixes, and it's like I looked at it and I'm like, holy shit, this is exactly what Nunez needs. It's like, it's all he
What
was talking
Nunez
about,
needs?
and then it put it in a thing like order and like sub. However, it was just amazing. I was like, I was blown away. But
I
it's the
started
thing too.
using
It's
it to help
listening to
me.
everything you say.
Yeah.
I started using it to help me with the grammar in my book, but you have to keep a fucking short leash on that thing. You have to be like, don't be deleting shit. Don't be adding shit. I know when it changes one fucking line. It's like, dude, that's not my word. I did not
It
say that.
it
Right,
will
So
do
right.
if you
that.
fully, if you really lay down the law and tell it, don't be changing shit and don't be using a bunch of fucking M dashes and all this stuff. If you tell, it'll keep doing it. You got to keep reminding it, but
Yeah.
you could kind of you can corral it into doing just grammary kind of arranging stuff, that
It's
is
really good with that.
tedious as hell, and really time consuming. And you can focus on the creative part and let
No,
this
it's
one worry
awesome.
about whether I should
It's awesome because
italicize.
it kind of tells you like, well, if it's something that's like iffy, it's like, well, it's kind. We think it's like this. You could use your information to help
Yeah,
us.
if you want to know the 5 ways to say something too, like I want to say it like this. I've even done it where I'm speaking in this kind of like affect, where I'm using these kind of words, and it'll continue very well. Like, oh, I'm talking like a professor now, and it'll just use a bunch of big
Yeah.
words. That stuff is good for.
Jerry, you use it for audio too, don't you?
No, why you mean? What do you mean?
No, I thought you did. I thought you did like some animation. Oh, did you just do the voice for the animations and all the AI was doing the visuals?
Hmm.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, that was a program that it does that. I mean, there's a million things like that now, but it just
That was some
automatically
funny
animates it.
stuff. We were knocked out when you sent
I
us those. It
I
was
put
like, oh
that
my
stuff on.
god, this
I
is
did that shit
so.
years ago and put it up, and people were like, "Why don't
Oh,
you
people don't know what the hell.
why don't you talk
Sometimes
bad
a
about
friend will
somebody?"
do a
Why don't you
short
get a new
thing.
headshot?
Yeah, right.
The
What?
one the AI did, that's pretty good
Huh?
for a headshot.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the one the old school rappers, it keeps making me look like Will
When they
Smith.
decided to definitely put 200
Oh yeah,
pounds on
right.
Horatio, like, there's no way we're not making this guy chubby. Really chubby.
Yeah, of course. And, that's
Well,
the
it
flavor.
that made more sense though, because it made Horatio look like he did when we did those characters.
If he'd stayed at his SNL weight and then got old like that, he might have looked a little bit like that. Yeah.
Well, Jay, maybe
Maybe.
you should enter a picture of you do like really looking like doing exactly what you look like with the hat and everything.
Right?
You t give it three different pictures, and maybe it'll be like,
Jerry,
this is kind of what he wants.
I didn't give it a picture
Jerry,
at
if you
all.
want,
All I did was I did the prompt. I just said, "Hey, make me a picture of the old school rappers," and
you're
Oh,
gonna give
that's
it.
what it came up with.
Oh, it
mine
did
was
it on
like,
its own.
yeah, mine asked me, um, like, give us a few things, and then and it made art. Like, I would make, uh, graphics of like a bear eating a lion, like if it was like a Bears game.
Mm-hmm.
I'd send it to my friends,
Not gonna happen.
just
It's
crazy.
not gonna happen.
It might not happen, but we never know. I'm
No,
prepared
but it
for
makes a
another.
good meme.
Everybody's is so like, the Bears have taken over the sadness of the Cubs. The Cubs used to have like it's just like this. Everything they do is
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
The
well, but
big
it's
move,
all
like who
like
knows if this will pay off.
it's all business stuff though. Like, or are they gonna move out to Arlington Heights? Are they gonna pay for? Are they gonna get another quarterback when they already had one? You know, I guess they didn't, but
They got a couple guys that are pretty good that are fighting for backup. They'll probably keep three maybe. Um,
Me and the boy just watched Moneyball.
well, what did
I
you
didn't look
think?
at that.
Did Moneyball? He loved it. He'd seen it. We'd both seen it
I'm looking
before.
for something.
What a good sport. I'm not big into sports movies, but boy, that a good movie is a good movie. And Philip Seymour Hoffman really blows me away. I could only watch the first 45 minutes, and then we watched the rest the next day. So Hoffman's only in two scenes in the beginning of the
Oh yeah.
movie, and he's just got his arms crossed. he says almost nothing, and he just like wipes every other actor. It's like a chess checkers situation. Hoffman doesn't have to say anything. It's just you could read it all in his face. He's one of those Tom Thibodeau guys who's like can't allow himself to. You got to win a pennant if you're going to see one of those guys smile. You know,
Yeah.
Hoffman is so good.
I think you
He
ever gonna
does
see Tom
less
Thibodeau smile?
as an
Can
actor.
you,
As an
can
actor,
you guys still hear me?
Hoffman
Yeah,
does. We can hear you. We can't see you.
Okay.
He does
All
less
right.
than every other
I'm
actor
still
in the
listening.
movie. Absolutely, he does almost nothing
yeah.
as far as you know,
You
moving
don't have
around
Yeah,
and
to.
that's
making
it.
a fuss.
You
You
don't
don't
have
have to.
to.
Absolutely.
That guy's miraculous.
He's so good. He was. Um,
Yeah.
you know, what was really good was if you look at not outtakes, but the DVD. If you can still find it, Criterion or whatever they used to call that of
Capote?
Magnolia, Magnolia, and he's
Yeah.
fucking around with Philip Seymour Hoffman. I don't know if you remember that when the director is like, okay, this is a scene. If I ask Philip Seymour Hoffman to get up and go get a Kleenex, this is him doing it, and it's all the extra things that he would do before. It's all like the
Uh,
ADHD shit he would do before he got just to go get a Kleenex. He falls down, he rolls around the floor, cries.
Cries. There's a great outtake when he's doing the movie where he's taking care of Robert De Niro, and De Niro's got a disability. De Niro's doing this thing. He's doing that thing where the actor won't open his mouth. He's like, and Hoffman's working with him, and this is in the outtakes during the credits, and he goes, "Can you try to make the note? Can you sing the note?" And he's like, "Ooh," and he goes, "Are you able to open the mouth wider? Are you are you able?" And he breaks up De Niro for a second. De Niro's like, because he knows he knows he can. He got a stroke doesn't mean he can't open his mouth at all. Can you open it wider? What was that?
Was that him who did when they do the tracking shot? I think it was a Magnolia outtake too. It's a long tracking shot into a room, and they walk and they go into the room, and he's got his pants down. It was like
That sounds
one of
like
those.
Magnolia.
It's one of those shots where they have to set up, like it's gonna take a long time. It was all about tracking into the shot, and when they get to the room, he was laying down with his face down with his pants down, his ass out.
Rush, no. He's back.
What?
And if you remember that Magnolia, the DVD.
Yes. The
Isn't
extras?
there? Yeah, the extras. Isn't there a thing, or maybe it might be Boogie Nights, where there's a long tracking shot into a room, and when they get to the room, Philip Seymour Hoffman has his pants down. He's just like laying face down with
No,
his pants
it's,
down.
yeah.
Nights.
Was
It's
that
gotta
just
be Boogie
a
Nights.
character choice, or was he just trying to cut
It
it
was an
really well?
Yeah, it was an outtake. He was just fucking around with them, and like it takes a long time. It was like a long, complicated shot to get into the room, and then when they finally got into the room, he's just in there with his pants down,
Oh, he's
with his ass out.
danced.
Yeah,
That's a good Hollywood joke.
yeah, ruin an expensive
It's a
shot.
star. Yeah, that's a star joke.
I know,
That's
because
right. Shot.
I could never get away with
throw
that.
20, throw 20 grand in the toilet.
Yeah, right. The crew, the 5 hours the crew
Just have
set
you
up that.
crack us up.
Uh,
The line producer's like, okay.
Very
that's
funny.
that's the one that Altman had to go with in The Player. The one that's got Buck Henry laying down with his pants down. He got stuck with that.
Oh, really?
That's just
It was
how
funny.
no.
Sure, yeah, the line director's like, "Yo, something funny that's not going to be on the screen." Well, that's great. You should spend more money on shit like that.
They've been working since 6 a.m. and you're like doing bits at 8 p.m. And I was like, yeah.
I know. I know. Your agent asks for a raise, asks you to get you more money, and you do some
And then
shit like that.
then you notice people by the trailer just like by their cars, just like
And you don't know
No,
your
when you
lines.
get
You
there,
got
they're
your
all happy
lines
because
written
they're
on the
making
back
money
of
for
your head.
nothing. Teachers are all happy when, they have, like, when you get on set because they're making so much money for just sitting around in vans, and they're like, "How the hell you doing? Ready show? What's going on? I just bought another house.
You
Yeah,
know?
in Florida, I got a new house. That's all the hours I've been getting." And
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Yeah, like when
Yeah.
I did Modern Family, everybody was like just so fucking happy. It was like the 13th year of Modern Family." And it was just like key grips were back. Like, I just bought another boat, and it's fantastic. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
got like a 400 horsepower engine right on the goddamn thing. And
Yeah, I know.
this is these guys
Those
have been
days are
getting
over.
fucking
And the actors,
golden
then you
money
got
for
Jack
so
McBrayer
long.
sitting in the corner going, "Are you going to finish that, Bialy?"
Well, yeah, it's also like this though too. It's like that's what you work for. Like you could work, I don't know, 20 years. You could work 10 years in Hollywood and never get an opportunity to do that. But when you do that and you're on a show for
Yeah,
13 years, you go, "This is why I did this."
yeah, you
Because
won the
you don't,
lottery.
yeah, you won the lottery, and that's why people are always like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
that's
yeah,
a
we got it,"
jackpot.
Yeah, yeah, show that lasts
I
that
don't know.
long. Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't think people are. I think most people that are in crew just wanna make movies at some point, even
yeah,
if it's vague in their mind. Everybody kind of wants to just be making a movie. And that's
yeah.
what they're doing.
We all
Um,
romanticize the movies. Everybody wants to
and the
make a
whole town,
movie.
of course, is just all people that migrate there are all just dreamers, either for gold or for fame.
For
And in
gold,
the end, they're both the
Prospecting.
same.
Prospecting.
looking for
That's like
gold.
Ari Melber. When Ari Melber quotes rap guys, you watch that?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Was he
like
at the was he at the 50th concert? I think
he
was he?
was.
Yeah.
We did bits. We said hi to him. He was like really cool to us.
Yes, I
Who?
thought.
Who
I
was
thought
there?
so. Ari Melber.
Ah,
Yeah, I told him to send me a lighter because
yes, I
he
remember
was like,
him.
um, I can't find
Oh,
my
Is it Smoke Break?
my cleaner, Michael. What'd you do with it?
oh, and Michael.
Yeah, it
I
was
don't know if
nice.
you. I didn't send it to you, but I sent a Horatio an article. It was a big article, like, "Hey, who had the joint on the stage at the 50th anniversary?"
Whoops. Was
I
it
know it wasn't an
You're
oops.
looking at a baby.
It wasn't an oops. Everybody was like, "That was awesome."
Whoops a
Yeah,
daisy?
now in retrospect, everybody's like now admit like everything. You think you're gonna get in trouble, and then like, well, if they're talking about it, now everybody was there, and in 10 years, it wasn't me that had the joint.
Right.
You did
It
it,
was.
but Raj, you did that in the past, didn't you?
I did it for the 50th, and I did it for the 40th. Right? Was
Oh,
it
it
the
was the
40th that we
40th.
celebrated or the
40th.
25th?
It
Was
was the
that the Keith
40th.
Richards joint?
Yeah,
Was that on home
for the
base?
Was it? Oh,
yes,
25th.
that was the Keith Richards joint,
Yes.
and I do believe that Shay was
On
there.
home base at SNL at the Good Nights? Or
Yes,
was it backstage?
and
On
Keith
the
Richards was like, no, on
on
home
the stage.
base.
The question is it on stage or backstage?
On stage.
Right on the stage, man. Camera's still rolling. Maybe they'll use it. Maybe they won't. Maybe the audience will see it. Maybe they won't. But
Yep.
I think there will be a version where
Like
everybody stays on, the cameras stay
like
on because
Belushi
everybody
in
then will
Fear.
start jumping on stage. We didn't know that we didn't get direction about any of this. It was just like people just started showing up, I guess. And it's like, oh yeah, yeah, it's over. Like good night if you did something, and then everybody jumped on.
And then everybody started
You
getting
And then
on.
didn't
I was
hear
Yeah.
the
like, oh
music.
well, I guess I'll jump on. And this is the 50th, and I was very happy and in a great mood. I smoked up a few of the cast members, and Paul McCartney was coming at me, and I'm like,
No.
would you care to have
No.
some of my drink?
Absolutely not,
And
man.
he's like,
Sir,
yes, I
sir.
will, thank you. And he smokes it. Well, that's good stuff. And then he like gives it back, and then I'm like, did you just fucking see? You know, uh, so I
Wow.
somehow one upped it. Somehow one up myself. Um, and that joint,
Uh-huh.
I didn't save it, but
Well,
it
he
got
got
lost. It
COVID.
got
He
lost in
got
the
he
mix.
got COVID right after that.
Everybody got COVID. I guess I gave
Everybody got
everyone COVID.
COVID.
Oh, that was probably the lethal joint that gave
It probably
that
was, but
gave
it was after you,
Micheal.
Yeah,
because since you were the first one, Raj ratio, that you probably didn't get it because you were the first one that had it, and
I
then it
lost
didn't get back to you.
contact. Yeah, right. That's right. I would do it, of course. After the bigger the star, the more I was hit back. Like, I want I want French Stewart germs on my mouth. No. Um,
Raj, that's such a great Beatles story. It's so much more than an ordinary Beatles story because of the setting and just the whole thing. Martin Short tells his
yeah.
Beatles story when he was, I guess, Eric Idle invited people to his house to watch Red October, and George was there, and Martin Short passed him a joint. This is his first meeting with George, and George looked at the joint and went, "Ah, the '60s," and took and took it. Ah, the '60s.
It probably was. It's probably a reference to, oh, it's not cocaine. It's we've
Oh,
gone back
right.
this far, or pill.
Or was he
Or
like,
borderline.
in some sabbatical where he's been sober for fucking 4 years, and he's just like, oh, all right, yes.
Or maybe he just doesn't buy it. He could be one of those guys who only does it when someone passes it to him.
Hey, those people, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
But
Lord
I
love
ended up
them.
getting, so I had another joint, and let's just let
People
me
who
get
say
this part
yes.
out.
Yeah.
So I had another joint out, and it was winding down on stage. So I saw Jack Nicholson. I was like, "Can I give you this joint?" And he was like, "Oh yeah," and he took it. Thank you,
Oh, he did.
thank you. Well, not only Paul McCartney, but then they gave another joint that I had rolled in the hotel that I'd made the filter on cardboard that was in the hotel room that
Mm-hmm.
I had to zip in half to make the paper thin enough, and then I would do my magic, roll it up. So
Hand roll
I
or
came to the
machine?
party with three machine machine
Uh
roll,
huh.
and that's what ended up happening to him.
um,
So wait, the final joint went to Jack, or was there yet another?
Yeah, but Jack was in a chair, and he wasn't getting. I think he was in a wheelchair, and he was right at the. He was like in the first row of the stage. So as I was jumping off, I'm like, well, we're not going to smoke anymore here. So, and of course, it'd be cool, and that's how I was. And he was like, yeah, thank you, blah blah blah.
Oh,
I was just
thanks.
I was just in dreamland,
Thanks, young man. Thank you.
gave all our
I
favorite
was in
Thanks,
actors.
Jack.
I was literally in a cloud
co-
nine. I was like, what the hell? This is wild.
They're all gonna have COVID tomorrow. Good.
Yeah,
Our
my plan will be
favorites.
great. I'm gonna cancel everybody. Everybody has to work. Maybe Selena Gomez will get COVID from Steve Martin. And they all get
What?
COVID.
Everybody's sick? I guess I'll have to do the show.
Uh-oh.
Uh
Yep.
huh.
Hotel Roosevelt full of hospital beds of people with super COVID. Sorry. Uh,
Yeah, it wasn't
Oh,
you. We all
well, I
know it
guess
was
apparently someone did. It was. I don't think it was me. I don't think it was. But my joint did
it was,
go to a lot of people.
it was
And there was
Martin
no
Short kissing
COVID
on
safety
everybody.
protocol.
People got
no,
pictures of
it's
Martin
the
Short kissing
Mrs. the
everybody. He's like, he
the
fucking
joint
gave it
could
to
have
everybody.
been the joint could have been a
Well,
micro Mrs. O'Leary's
I'd like to
cow.
hope that my joint got to someone that kissed Martin Short and still had
Right?
the joint. That the joint had the COVID on it.
So Marty was the Mrs. O'Leary's cow?
Well, he got it.
That well, the typhoid Mary, as it were.
And now it's the thing that Che's the first guy that smokes with me. He sees it, he eyeballs it, and he's the first guy to come over and enjoy. So I get to
Was
say hi to
Marty?
him. No, no, Che,
Che.
the news
Jay, oh, and
guy.
he had it? So Che lipped the
No,
joint.
no.
As they what?
Oh
I
no,
was
well, I don't
saying
know
it
who.
could be anybody
It could have been anybody,
Right.
because
but
I had a fair and the next night, we partied till like 6, and I just like couldn't get a cab or couldn't find a way home, so I just walked to the hotel, which is probably like a mile away, but it was like raining and cold and it's fucked up, and
Oh,
I just had my stupid fucking tuxedo jacket. Uh,
wafer thin.
I finally
Those wafer
I get to the
thin
hotel and I
tuxedos.
fucking I don't know I get in my clothes, I just get in bed and I start shaking, and I'm just fucking like, oh my God. So I immediately felt
sick.
whatever got, and I thought it was just like a
Oh
super
man,
hangover, and it's like, no, 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 you're getting
you're sick.
chills, you're fucking all this. I was sick. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I wasn't. I don't think I was patient zero.
I don't.
So what
Yeah,
happened?
I
Did
Maybe,
you
don't think you were.
fly sick?
it's just I just made sure that the next day I didn't fly. Like, I didn't. Nunez was like, "You're not going to want to fly the next day. Like, let's just admit that that's
Rule
going to
that
happen."
out. Uh,
So yeah, so that was always going to be a day of recovery. Um, and so I was just sick in bed the whole day. I snuck out at like 7 a.m. and got 7 p.m. and got some horrible deli food. And you must have been busy, or else I would have probably been hanging out with you. Anyway, that was New
no,
York
I saw
50th
you on the.
anniversary SNL,
I saw
baby.
you on the SNL trip, but not on Saturday.
We saw you. I saw you both. You guys.
That's right.
The day
I missed
before
your
that Friday.
text. We were
Yeah.
supposed to go to
And
Chinatown.
then you got me from the airport, and so we bought weed in Times Square. All beautiful. And that weed from
Yeah,
Times
we.
Square, we got to give you the name of that place because that's famous. That's a famous place now because you know Paul McCartney smoked their weed. I don't know forget what the strain was, but
Where
probably a
that
sativa.
dispensary you went to when I had to hang a U-turn on 42nd Street?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I was smoking. That's what we were smoking the whole time.
Uh, we were California
It's called the.
grads. Get
Is that what
back.
it's called?
I'm just quoting the song.
I,
It's
I
it's
don't
the
think
only
I brought.
McCartney. It's the only McCartney reefer reference in a song.
By the
How
way,
about
Chicago
"Won't
and New
we
York,
roll it to
you guys
ya"?
can
But
you guys can take it easy on the
but
smoking the weed in public. I mean, in California, it's been illegal for I don't know, 20 years, and you don't smell it on the street like that. Now I know people aren't walking around the street and they're in their cars and stuff, but it's crazy when
like
you go to
what?
Chicago or New York. It's just like everybody smoking
You
weed
get
now.
it pretty hard. Well,
Well,
that's
people
what it
get a
was
little
like with
weird about it.
tobacco. Come
Everybody's
on,
just
in the
smoking. Every time you go
70s,
outside, you smell it.
in the 70s and 80s, that's the way it was in tobacco. You could not walk down an avenue in New York without being pelted with tobacco smoke.
Yeah,
If you want to take one of those strolls.
that's true.
But no, it's been, thank heavens,
I
it's been
liked it.
swapped
I
out from
liked
the
it because I
reefer.
grew up. My mom used to smoke a little, like for fun, like when company would come over.
Wait a minute, that tobacco smell is associated with all the fun stuff, just like that gasoline
Yeah,
smell from the boat.
like and bars too, like bars when you could smoke in a bar. It's like
Oh,
oh, and the smell of the
that
fucking stale
disgusting
beer
smell
together.
of like there's like yeah, alcohol and tobacco and carpet mixed together. That's the smell of my
Yeah,
childhood.
tarred up carpet. It's just black in all those spots.
Yeah,
Used to
carpet
be
that
it,
used to be shag and now it's just like worn down to a just
and
kind
of
of
course a million holes in the floor from burned cigarettes and
Burns,
shit. And then
It
they
cigarette
was the
they
burns.
smell of
try to make it nice.
restaurants.
I had a really cool bar like that in my neighborhood, and they would really keep it nice. And it was like, retirees in there, like smoking long cigarettes and getting fucked up every day. My
Yeah.
buddy's my buddy's dad would go there after work, and we'd have to go fish him out of there. He was, yeah,
Fish him out.
drink a
Go
little
fish
too much
him
of it.
out.
Yeah, and then he'd get up at like fucking 4 in the morning and then drive to Wisconsin in a big rig. I don't know how many where it was a crazy job he had. And so anyway, my buddy Slug. Where was I going?
Cigarettes.
with this.
Don't do it. Don't smoke.
Smell,
Oh, cigarette.
it was
So it's
sort of
super
the smell of
romantic.
cigarettes in there.
But think about this too: a soft, bassy jukebox playing 70 songs. There's people are smoking, drinking freely, and you're a little kid walking in there, and it's like it almost looked like I don't know, it just it was trashy but clean,
Yeah.
like the lady who kept it nice. The bar was always clean,
Yeah, but that
but
cigarette smell was going to be there, no matter how clean they kept the
it was
place.
very enticing to a young boy. Like, oh, this is what fun is.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see what happened, Delaney?
I couldn't wait to smoke.
See
When I
what
saw people
happened?
smoke, I couldn't wait to like, just so stupid.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah, the worst.
I crumbled up dry leaves and then rolled it up in newspaper and in yellow pages.
All kids did that. Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Just,
tried to make a big cigarette or a joint.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it just lights on fire.
Yeah.
Just sets it
It
flaming.
makes it smells horrible. You're like, oh no, like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, this is why
Breathing smoke.
this is
It's
why the
terrible.
natives never did this.
And nothing
None of
worse
that
than
leaf.
more toxic than burning like just regular paper. It's the
Yeah,
worst
Oh yeah,
smell in the
yeah.
world.
like poisonous paper.
Yeah.
That's what you'd smell.
Yes.
It's just
Yeah, they
the
used to
additive.
say that you
They
could
because
use
they have to color it, and then all the different inks. Oh yeah.
no. They used to say you could use a tampon paper to roll a joint with. And we tried, and that didn't work very
Burnt
well at
right
all
No.
up.
because there's always those emergencies where you run out of papers.
Yeah.
You have to fight.
I wasn't a dirtbag enough to be like stealing my mom's tampons to smoke a joint. I'd rather just go with the newspaper. Get your mom's
But
tampon, bro.
wait, but nobody ever
No,
said that newspapers were good. They say tampons, and they say you can use a page from
the
the Bible.
tampon
And I've
wrapper.
seen that.
Is that what you're saying?
I've
The
seen that.
tampon
It's
wrapper.
the app. So Joanne is telling
The
us it's the
wrapper, not the
applicator. It's the
fucking
applicator.
Tampax itself. You don't
It's
have
the
a string
applicator.
hanging out of the joint. No, it's the wrapper,
The
the paper.
applicator. Yes. No, not the paper. The
She's
applicator. I
saying
think it's the
she's
the
saying it was
plastic.
applicator.
The plastic applicator you could use.
No, in the 70s, it was the shit that they wrapped it in was very wafer thin, the way a page from a Bible is. And I've seen in Clint Eastwood movies how, what's that movie where at the beginning of the movie you see a man reading the Bible and he just tears the
It's
page out and rolls a cigarette with it?
Trinity. Yeah, it's Clint Eastwood movie. Yeah, yeah. He runs. Yeah,
I think it's
because the
part of the
paper's so
trilogy.
thin.
Part of
Yes.
the Man with No Name trilogy, probably.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could have probably gotten the idea from watching that. Maybe that was playing on the TV. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
that's instinctual. Just light leaves on fire until you find something you can use.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember tampons. No car. I don't remember tampons either.
Well, maybe that was a Massachusetts
No
thing.
cardboard.
all, the, all the women that I'm friends with. I don't remember tampons. Shut up, Jerry. You don't.
Shut up, Jerry.
We don't. So long ago.
Remember when women used to wear those weird underwears to hold periodicals for women? Monthly
Remember
Weird
when?
underwears.
Remember wins?
You get a special underwear where you have to strap in on a pad, so it's and you can imagine the discomfort of such a thing.
Not
The
anymore.
tampons are inserted, right?
Raj, I can't hear you. I heard that
He-
one. I heard that
Maybe it's because the
one.
fan butchering up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can. We can hear you fine.
Might be the fan.
No, it was just the voice. It was just the voice you were doing.
Fan. No, I'm having a hard time across the board. That one was
Oh, you-
really tough though.
Are you having a
I'm
hard
not
time hearing
using
me?
I'm not using
No,
my pro
Jerry.
mic. I'm using the mic from my camera.
I gotta get my my Yeti here hooked up. See, I got one.
Yeah, you
but
do.
When I tried to hook it up, it wouldn't work.
Well, this is my Rode mic. This is my. I'm actually going to start doing some stand up right now.
Can I see that?
As you are in stand-up, but let me get it. Do I
Yeah,
want to eat my mic
Wait,
too? Do I
can I
need
see
it
the
to be
mic?
here?
folks.
Like, like it's
But you
just
can't
it's a
hear
sure
Joe.
regular mic. Yeah, like studio mic.
Yeah, like a
Sennheiser.
stage mic. Yeah. Well, these are good because
Believe it.
you can eat it, but you can't hear a lot of shit around. I mean, it's not like my mic I got at home, but like you can't hear a bunch of background noise and shit like that.
Professional shit right there. So
Nah.
sorry, Delaney.
Anyway, folks.
You gotta use something other than your ear pods.
Me? Yeah, I'll get
Nah.
new ones, or start. I'll try to figure out a way to use the Yeti.
I'm Bluetoothing.
Oh, are you really?
Well, that's why I can't.
That's pretty
That's why I
good.
can't hear you. No, I can't
Yeah,
hear
so
him.
yeah. What happened was the fan was just facing me for some reason, and I kind of
Oh, well, it'll cancel the sound out, so you won't be able to hear
yeah, it was like
stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
dude.
rough.
Michael, you've been in show business for 30 years.
Who, me? You?
Yes. This is your 30th anniversary of being in show business.
Yours?
Yours.
Oh, thanks.
When was your first paid gig?
I got in a
Was
play, Hair. They did a production of Hair in our town, and we all got paid. It was such a small amount of money, but it was so huge to have just like a tiny paycheck because of acting. So that was like 1990, 91 maybe.
Did you know that it was just a town pervert trying to get all the teenagers and 20-year-olds naked? You
Yeah,
did
there
not
was that.
remember that?
That came out
Every town
later.
had a pervert that was like, "We're
Let
gonna
me
do
tell you,
hair.
the age of Aquarius.
You
That was
better be brave because this one's gonna be one of those that you'll never forget.
well, my
If you
best bud.
Sorry.
I had to betray someone. Someone wanted me to do Greater Tuna. Our friend Paul Prendergast, he would produce plays, and he wanted to do Greater Tuna with me. And I was like, hell yeah. And then the Hair auditions came up, and that actually paid. Greater Tuna was not paid; it was for glory, and Hair was professional.
Yeah,
So I would do one more play with that company, but it really wasn't my first real
shit.
professional gig that I thought was kind of major league. Wait, we froze. Was Conan. My first Conan was in '96.
96. Right. Horatio, I
I had
thought I
a
knew
principal with
yours.
Amy Poehler. Uh,
You knew my what? My birthday?
Yeah, but no, I didn't know it
the
this year. I got it
showbiz
wrong. Right?
anniversary.
Yeah.
No, what are you talking about? I missed it because I was cut out too.
Your first paid gig.
My first paid
Second
gig.
City.
Uh,
No, before that.
it was an extra gig on one of those shows that shot in Chicago. T.J. Hooker, I think. T.J. Hooker shot a special like in the city episode
Oh well, if we're
in the
counting that, wait.
ghetto.
I was on BL Striker in Florida for on the Burt Reynolds. I was an extra with Michael on the fucking obviously a ripoff show. BL Striker.
Yes, you made it.
TJ
Come
Hooker,
back.
BL
Frozen.
Striker,
Oh no.
JN
Frozen.
Come
Jonigan.
on,
Favorite
computer.
song from Frozen.
Are you
Oh, he's
frozen?
All
back.
right,
He's back.
we're
Uh,
back. All right,
I'm
come on.
I actually gotta take off and I'm gonna go get me a rainbow cone. Yeah, huh?
Rambo.
You know,
Cone.
you can rainbow. You only get that in Chicago. It's like
Is it
it's
like a
all.
rainbow cone, but
It's
everything?
like flavors that shouldn't be together. It's like orange sherbet, pistachio, and chocolate together.
No, they don't go together at all.
Nah, but that's the rainbow. It's the rainbow cone.
Jerry, I thought you said
Shaved
Rambo. I'm
ice.
trying to
Is
make a
it shaved
connection.
ice?
Gee.
Like Japanese shaved ice?
No, I'm surprised you don't know about this, Horatio. It's a Chicago
I don't.
thing. You can get it in the at Lincoln Park Zoo. There's one, and just now they started selling it at the beef. What's the beef place?
Portillo's?
Portillo's. Yeah, but it's rainbow cone. I guess it was big at the zoo. Yes, pistachio, orange sherbet, and chocolate.
Are you staying near Lincoln Park?
No, I'm in Evanston.
So you're gonna drive over to the zoo today, just to get the cone,
I'm gonna get the. There's a
or
place up
whatever
here.
that.
I can get the cone. Yeah. Um,
Or,
or take the
now I
train.
feel good
Take the
about that.
train down there. I took the
Well, now I'm
train.
probably gonna
Man,
feel
man,
good
it was
about
hot in that fucking stadium yesterday. I don't know what was going on, but there was no breeze in Wrigley Field last night. So last night was like it was pleasant. It wasn't bad. It was like 75. It felt like it was 100 degrees in there with all those people.
Wow.
It was
Whoa.
it was
Yeah.
insane.
Well, Chicago gets super humid in the summer, and that's kind of what fucks it.
It's
If you're a
really humid
fat
here
guy,
right
like,
now.
it's not pleasant. Like, I don't want to be outside.
Oh man, it's
Dude,
humid
it's
as
it's
hell here.
not
Because
it's not
but
pleasant.
That's
there's like June is beautiful. You don't really get a lot of humidity. It's just that's the best. May's mostly good too. But then July and August get a little mugged out.
It's been pretty muggy. It's been pretty wet here.
Yeah.
So
it's wet
and
as
my
Especially
hell
wife
when
was
you're
here.
like,
wearing.
just get it out of your mind. The weather's never going to be as good as it is in San Diego, so just don't even think about it. Don't even talk. So I was like, it's hot and it's cold. She's like, don't even compare. It's never going to be as good ever. So don't.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess so. Can't compare to like 75 every day and sunny every day.
Yeah, no, Los Angeles was the best weather.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
And
But then at
I'm
night,
gonna miss all the fireworks this year. All like the people shooting their guns and blowing off M80s and M100s and stuff.
it's really loud in Los Angeles. Very loud. Much louder than Queens.
you mean the
Wait,
General
is
Fourth
she
of
Fourth
trying to
of
July or
sell us?
in
July.
general? Or in general?
Someone's
General
trying to
Fourth
sell
in
us
general.
Fourth of
Number
July
one in
mostly.
general, but on Fourth of July also, it's just like it's really it's sort of a 36, 48 hour thing.
In the city, there's a period of time where it's like you could expect it every night. Like
It's
there's like
insane.
4 or 5
72.
days.
And
Yeah.
if you were there during the pandemic, because somebody just decided that if it was going to be Fourth of July during that whole time of the pandemic, it was every night somebody blowing
Yeah,
off fireworks. It was
it was a
insane.
lot.
Yeah.
That was
Remember when
nuts. And how about the
we clashed the
helicopters?
pots?
What did we
How
do?
about 3 days of
We
helicopters
clang the
nonstop?
pots. We clang our pots for
Oh yeah, it's seven
all the
o'clock.
Oh, that was
emergency workers.
for the medical workers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, medical workers that had to deal with all the
That's
COVID.
right.
We're like, thank you.
Then a policeman killed George Floyd, and people said, "Fuck that." Clinging pots for
Yeah,
anybody anymore. No,
keep
every
the
man
Not
for
pots,
clinking
himself.
any pots and pans.
keep the pots underneath your sink or wherever else you store them there. We're not going that way
And
this
cook
year.
your chicken.
Also,
Oh my
there's a
God.
new era now where people are canceling the fireworks, but we'll talk about that next week.
Well, it'd be fireworks would be
It'll be
over
over.
there tomorrow, right?
I can't
Oh
find
yeah.
any fireworks. They
In
don't sell them
Chicago,
in any of the
there's not going
Walmarts
to be
around here.
a fireworks show. Usually, it's a huge thing on the lake that draws 1 million people.
Well, you know
Yeah,
why they're
no,
not
that
doing it
one.
in L.A., right?
Because they're going to think ice is going to
Ice.
come get
Fire?
everybody.
Ain't that crazy? Like we can't celebrate America because they think that ICE is going to come and, and round up
They're
people when
gonna,
we're celebrating.
Because of the Gestapo. That's what it
That's the
is.
one
yeah,
day we should let anybody they're going to celebrate America. No, you don't get to do that. You go to jail. You get sent somewhere.
Blaney, you stop
Pigs.
it. You know what I mean?
You can stop it. How
You
about
stop it. It's
you
going
can stop
crazy
go
everywhere.
away? Are you
I'm
sticking
afraid
up for the
sometimes
Gestapo?
that they're going to pull me over and rip me out of the car, spank
Fuck
me,
yeah.
take
There
down
you
my
Well,
go.
pants and spank me.
you had the right
You
idea.
got your
You know what you got to do, right?
you got
You got to
citizenship.
start giving somebody up, man, if you don't want them to fuck with you.
Yeah, you
You're
gotta
right.
sing. You gotta talk, man.
This this gardener tried to overcharge me for clearing some leaves in the back.
There you go. Get that
So
fucker.
maybe it's time to
Get a
drop
little
There it
payback.
is.
LD on this guy. Yeah.
How
Right?
about that guy that used to come and do the roses? What about him? You can get him. The lemons? The guy who came and took all the lemons off the tree?
My landlord?
No, it was a different guy.
No,
it was a different guy who got
everybody
the
took
lemons.
from that tree.
No,
I
but
was like,
he's the
no,
one
get
who
the
does.
fuck out of here. I pay
No,
rent
no,
for these lemons.
no. He leveled it.
And
Remember, he cleaned the
I
whole
would let
tree
the
and one off the
I'd
hill.
let the gardener guy get lemons, sure. And the housekeeper, yeah. But when the landlord came over, I'm like, really, guy? Well, we're all
All
good.
right, you got to
All
turn in
right,
that
let's say
landlord who
goodbye.
kicked you out. Okay,
Good
fellas.
guys, it's good to see you. I'll be back around next week.
Okay,
Still here
same
in
bat
Oh,
time,
in
nice.
Chicago.
All
All
same
right.
bat
I
channel.
like it.
right,
All
be
right, bye,
good.
man.
Bye.
All right, fellas.
Bye, buddy.
Oh, you know what? How about some music? No, fuck that.
Play out. You got outro music?
I did, but I don't know. I had it
It's very
somewhere.
dramatic.
Oh, here we
It's
go.
very dramatic.
They can't hear us too, by the way. Or now they can hear us. So
I assume we're off the air. Okay.
actually, it's easy.